What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Anime Devil Hunter, and after completing a full manga read of Hunter x Hunter over the course of 6 months, I finally caught up. And the crazy thing about it was, after I caught up, a week later Togashi announced his return. So it actually worked out pretty well. And speaking of hiatuses, I'm actually just returning from a 3-month hiatus myself, and I'm finally back. So moving on, starting with today's video, I actually like to start covering Hunter x Hunter content on the channel. So best believe this is the first of many videos of Hunter x Hunter on the channel. So definitely subscribe and join the channel for more Hunter x Hunter videos like this. With that being said, let us begin. So if you're currently caught up with the manga or at least read a few chapters past the Corolla vs Hisoka fight, I don't know, a little over 20 chapters, then you know the troop are currently pursuing Hisoka on the Black Whale 1, the ship that's currently heading to the Fate Dark Continent or New Continent. This is because following Hisoka's resurrection after that one-sided ass whooping against Corolla in Heaven's Arena, Hisoka decided to go on a little kill streak to blow off some steam and get Corolla a little upset. He goes on to kill Shalnark and Cortopi and send a message to the troop that he's coming for them one by one. This of course upset Corolla, and now Corolla and the troop are on the Black Whale 1 and are looking for Hisoka to kill him. Now many readers speculate that Hisoka is currently posing himself as Illumi and is hiding in plain sight. Now the main point of today's video is, hypothetically speaking, if Hisoka manages to fight Corolla again, he manages to pull off a win this time, what is next for his character? Considering Hisoka lives to test his strength against combatants that are worthy of a challenge or interesting to him, who else would he want to fight? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 4 possible routes Hisoka might take after his round 2 with Corolla, given that he actually manages to pull off the win and he survives. Now that being said, let's begin with Route 1. Route 1 is Gon. Seeing the streams he went to get Corolla what he needed in order to be able to fight him, if he manages to kill Corolla, would he go after Gon to make him learn Nen again so that they could fight? In all honesty, I don't see this happening. Gon doesn't seem to have his sights on learning Nen again. He's a scholar as of right now. Now, while I do think Gon will learn Nen again and become a hunter like Jing someday, for the time being I think he's focused on his studies, while also reflecting on the journey he's been on and the decisions that he's made. Now, if Hisoka were to have gotten a glimpse of Gon who fought P2, I think Hisoka would go great extents in order to make Gon learn Nen again. But unfortunately for Hisoka, he missed it. Now let's move on to our next route. Route number 2, the Zoldycks. So due to the fact that it will take time for Gon to learn Nen again, maybe Hisoka might direct his way over to Killua. Now of course he'll pray over him and watch him mature. Got to wait till they're done growing, right? Hisoka's so weird. Killua has just as much potential as Gon. As of right now, he might even have more, considering he doesn't have to start over. He can just continue to build over what he already had learned. And if you look at this from Hisoka's perspective, this is a very interesting route. If Hisoka manages to fight Killua, it's a chance he might get to watch Killua pull off some surprising stuff. And maybe it won't be an extremely high diff fight, but it sure as hell will be an entertaining fight for Hisoka. Now if Hisoka towards the end of the match decides to, I don't know, possibly kill Killua, this will of course enrage Illumi, which would then lead to a death match between the two. I'm also sure that enraged Silva, Nanika, and other Zoldycks. I don't think we want to see Nanika enraged. So although this sounds pretty exciting, Hisoka versus Illumi, I don't find this route likely. I don't see Killua dying at all. I feel like Togashi might have some plans for him in the future, so consider this route not likely. I thought something interesting would be if Hisoka sought out Jing. If he decides to challenge Jing next, that'd be interesting considering he was so fond of Gon, who was his son, and best believe he'll be even more interested in Jing. But seeing as Hisoka has knowledge on a lot of things, he's definitely aware that Jing is strong. So why hasn't he pursued him yet? Could he be saving Jing for one of the last people he fights? Or does he not feel like he's ready? But I don't think he's not ready, because during Heaven's Arena, the narrator specifically stated, in the manga at least, Hisoka thinks he's the most powerful, or something along those lines. And although Netero is out of his prime, he was so strong as fuck, and Hisoka still wanted to challenge him. So Hisoka might really believe he is the strongest. But if Hisoka goes up against Jing, despite how much stronger he's gotten, Jing is still beating his ass. Jing is literally top 5 Nen users in the world, and Jing is just simply a different breed. So, considering that route, I don't know, I'm mixing between, considering, Jing has other things going on, he probably doesn't care. I don't know, I don't find this route likely. We'll get to the route that I find most likely, but considering this, possible, but not possible. Moving on to our last route, route number 4, Death. Now this last route is a route I find most likely and deserving for someone like Hisoka, which is Hisoka doesn't get to fight another worthy combatant. He actually dies at some point during the Dark Continent arc, and his demise is actually very tragic. Like, absolutely tragic. I'm talking getting a totem pole getting randomly dropped on top of him. A lot of people thinking or hoping Hisoka dies, and I do have to admit, it's a reasonable take considering he's done a lot of bad and he doesn't really have much left regarding the story. He'll always bring that sense of uneasiness in the story, and he'll of course always be interesting. But I honestly think we're approaching the final act with his round 2 with Grollo. Either he's going to die in the second fight or he's going to die later on. And I think this route has the highest probability out of all the ones we discussed. Anyways, it is your boy Anime Double Hunter. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I greatly appreciate you. Drop a like if you end up enjoying the video, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you want more awesome Hunter x Hunter videos like these. And as always, have an awesome day.